Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about something that has obviously been very popular lately, and that is investing in cryptocurrency and blockchain. Now, from my perspective, the reason that I don't invest directly in cryptocurrency is that I fundamentally don't think that there's any intrinsic value to it. So, when we invest in the stock market or in companies, we know that those companies actually have revenue, assets, they have underlying value to them. So, um, regardless of sort of like whether you think they're going to be good companies, you know that the value of those companies is based in some sort of reality. But when it comes to blockchain and cryptocurrency in particular, I think it's sort of clear that it sort of derives its value only based on how much people are willing to buy it. So if it has no intrinsic value and it has no one to stand behind it, you're really left with investing in something that's purely speculative. So from that standpoint, I just wanted to say I personally don't believe that the merits of cryptocurrency and investing in cryptocurrency are worth the potential reward. But that said, like a lot of people are going to be nervous that they're going to miss out on really huge gains. Obviously, if you have been invested in a lot of cryptocurrency, you may have done really, really well. Bitcoin has gone up to $100,000. So that's huge compared to where it's been in the past few years. This video is really about if you want to sort of not miss out on the cryptocurrency boom, but you're not actually trying to invest in cryptocurrency, where might you invest? In which assets may actually have value regardless, but also benefit from sort of the rise in cryptocurrency. So I'm going to go over a couple of potential places that you can invest to maybe get some of these same returns. So the first place I would sort of like put money is just in blockchain focused companies in general. These are people that like develop or use blockchain in their operations, without relying on cryptocurrency. Like companies like, and these are companies that you're going to have heard of because they're just generally like really high tech, big companies. So companies like NVIDIA, IBM, Accenture, these are companies that are working in blockchain, but aren't like actually holding cryptocurrency. So while they're sort of innovating in the technology of blockchain, you're not investing in the cryptocurrency itself. So as cryptocurrency, let's say you believe it will become more important, you can invest in companies that are using this technology. And so the first place you can kind of look at is just look at companies that are implementing blockchain or using it for their own daily operations. Again, you can also look at consulting firms that have also sort of become experts in blockchain or cryptocurrency. So a lot of the consulting firms have done this, like Accenture. Secondly, I would say like you can invest in companies that are sort of creating sort of the infrastructure around cryptocurrency. And so obviously NVIDIA falls into that because they're a semiconductor company. Blockchain and cryptocurrency are highly dependent on these graphics cards, on processing power. And so if you have companies that you're investing in that build the infrastructure or the hardware for this, as people mine cryptocurrency or the transactions have to be recorded, this takes intense computing power. So investing in that sort of computing power will automatically sort of correlate to the rise in cryptocurrency. The sort of like larger play at this is just you can invest in really big tech companies because these big tech companies are going to be developing the technology that is basically running the infrastructure of all of this cryptocurrency and blockchain. Blockchain and cryptocurrency can't function without all these raw inputs, the energy that's required to run the servers, the server farms themselves, the computing power, the cloud storage. These are just like big tech companies like Google and Microsoft, IBM, Amazon. All of these companies are providing infrastructure to to a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So basically, what you're arguing is that in order for these cryptocurrencies to survive, you're going to need all of these suppliers to that product. Slightly different from sort of like big tech companies. You can look at companies that literally own the server farms or provide infrastructure to these server farms. Again, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, they're producing the chips, but you can look at like data centers and sort of cloud storage providers. Like there are some REITs like Equinix, EQIX, and Digital Realty. And these guys provide hosting for blockchain networks. So if you're investing in them, you're sort of investing in cryptocurrency, but still maintaining, like very real value because these people are owning actual real estate. So when you go in and invest in some of these sort of suppliers to the cryptocurrency boom, the thing you're getting is you're getting actual intrinsic value in these investments. You know, in a lot of ways, like the AI boom, which has not yet been realized, has been most profitable by the suppliers to AI. NVIDIA has been incredibly profitable, and they're the ones who are supplying the chips to AI. You know, OpenAI itself is a company that is developing AI, and it's devouring energy. It's devouring graphics cards and chips and semiconductors. And the great thing about buying the suppliers to them is that the money is really coming in right now. The revenue is happening. These people will be buying these chips in order to fuel the growth of AI. And that's similar to the growth of cryptocurrency. So I guess as a whole, I would make the recommendation not to invest in cryptocurrency from a long-term portfolio standpoint. It's certainly okay if you want to invest a very small portion, just as sort of like a hedge against sort of like the possibility that crypto becomes huge, and you don't want to miss out on that. But it should never really be much of your portfolio. The volatility in crypto is just so extreme that I think it'd be really difficult for the average investor to handle. And on top of that, you just can't justify the purchase as an actual investment because there's really no intrinsic value to it. But that said, there are ways to invest in assets that do have value that will benefit from any sort of crypto boom. So if you're able to do that, you may sort of avoid the risk of losing out on the profits that a lot of people are getting from cryptocurrency. But maybe there's a slightly safer way to do it. So if you do worry about missing out on that, these are some possible assets that you can invest in order to sort of stay with that trend. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you found some other alternatives to investing in cryptocurrency or blockchain that you think sort of mitigate some of the risks of the volatility. But yeah, overall, probably just something that you can put a really small portion of your portfolio into just for fun, or just a hedge, or really just try to find assets that correlate to it without with some intrinsic value.